والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are reciting Surah Al-Baqarah, if they can, and Surah Al-Baqarah is the largest surah of the Quran. Jazakallah khair, shukriya. This is also the second surah of the Quran. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed Surah Al-Fatiha in the beginning of the Quran, and the Prophet ﷺ said that Fatiha is the Ummul Quran, is the mother of Quran. Imagine second surah of the Quran must be something very concise, very precise, and actually the summary of the entire Quran. Actually, some of the scholars, they said that when we recite Surah Al-Fatiha, we make this dua, Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, Sirat al-Ladhina an'amta alayhim, Ghayr al-Maghdubi alayhim walad-Dhalin. O Allah, guide us to the right path. The path of those people who earned your blessing and your in'am. Not the path of those who earned your anger or who were misled. Those who earned the anger, they knew what was right, but because of their arrogance, they did not want to follow it. But those who were misled, some of them were very sincere, but they did not have the proper guidance. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers that dua in Surah Al-Baqarah. You really want to go and basically follow the straight path. You want to go Jannah and avoid the pitfalls of the Jews and Christians. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Then your only solution is this book. In this book, there is no doubt whatsoever that this will take you to the straight path, that will make you earn the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, protect you from the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you have to create one characteristic. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. You have to have the taqwa. Without taqwa, without God consciousness, without that sense of humility, submission, this sense of sheer dependence upon Allah, you will not be able to benefit from this Quran. And in that aspect, لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب. The utmost significance will be upon Iman bil Ghaib. And Quran is identifying the major problem this world will go through, and that problem is materialism, empiricism, or sensism. Whatever we touch, whatever we see, whatever we can measure, we believe in it. But whatever cannot be seen, whatever cannot be touched, is something which sometimes becomes challenging. But Allah is unseen. Nobody has seen him. Jibreel is unseen. Him bringing the revelation is unseen. Jannah is unseen. Jahannam is unseen. Prophet ﷺ passed away in 632. For us, he is unseen. But all of them are realities. So therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it black and white. The problem is going to be materialism, things which can be touched, which can be seen. In the name of science, you might be told there is no God, there is no life after death, there is no Jannah, there is no Jahannam. All of them are mythologies. But if that will be your directions, you will not have the straight path. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. My brothers and sisters, let me say a few words about the fada'il of Surah Al-Baqarah, because remember, by means of listening to the virtues, sometimes we, the people of weak iman, become encouraged and do more than most of the intellectual discussions. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا تجعلوا بيوتكم قبورا. Do not make your houses graves. See what happens in cemetery. People who used to be so vocal, powerful, rich, busy, mashallah, in music, parties, very vocal, all of them are absolutely quiet. This is what is the meaning of qabr. Everything is absolutely quiet. And it is totally what? Devastating. Everything is gone. Nothing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Habib says, لا تجعلوا قبوركم بيوتا. لا تجعلوا بيوتكم قبورا. Don't make your houses like qabr. When the Quran is not recited, that house is like qabr. When the zikr of Allah is not done, that house, that person to Allah is dead. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, وَقْرَأُوا Surah Al-Baqarah. And specially read Surah Al-Baqarah. فَإِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ يَنْفَرُّ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي تُقْرَأُ فِيهِ Surah Al-Baqarah. Because shaitan runs away, escapes from the house where Surah Al-Baqarah is recited. So, first of all, this is the opposite of grave. If you really want to revive your house, you want to have the angels come and share the barakah in your house, you want the barakah in your family, in your business, in your health and wealth, one of the key to that is recitation of Surah Al-Baqarah. The Prophet ﷺ in another hadith said, اقرأوا Surah Al-Baqarah فإن أخذها barakah. Recite Surah Al-Baqarah because whosoever takes it, whosoever becomes its friend, whosoever recites it regularly, that person gets special blessing, barakah. وَتَرْكُهَا حَسْرَةٌ. And whosoever abandons it is the person who will be regretting a great deal in this life and in the life to come. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, وَلَا تَسْتَطِيعُهَا الْبَطَلَةُ. Magicians escape from it. They run away from it. They cannot face it. So shaitan does not occupy the house where it is recited. Magic, black eye, those kind of unseen evils cannot touch you if you recite Surah Al-Baqarah. And on the day of judgment, it is going to be one of those intercessors. And actually, the Prophet ﷺ and all of the ahadith which I have quoted to you are from Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. which means they are very authentic. This hadith of Rasulullah sallam in which he said, "Iqra'ul Quran, فَإِنَّهُ يَأْتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ شَفِيعًا لِأَصْحَابِهِ." Make sure that you recite Quran, because this Quran will come as the intercessor for its people on the day of judgment. وَقَرَأُوا ظَهْرَوَيْنِ, and especially the two bright ones from this Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Imran. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Habib alayhi salatu wassalam said that there will be two columns of nur walking in front of those who used to follow them, recite them. While people will be waiting for hisab and kitab, but there will be a lot of movement behind these two columns. What will be the column of Surah Al-Baqarah, and second will be the column of Surah Al-Imran. And in Surah Al-Baqarah, imagine you have got the greatest ayah of the Quran, which is Ayat al-Kursi. Ayat al-Kursi, as the Prophet ﷺ said, is the most magnificent ayah of the Quran. And this is part of Surah Al-Baqarah. And the hadith of Rasulullah ﷺ is so authentic that the person who recites Ayat al-Kursi and then recites the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, فَإِنَّهُمَا تَكْفِيَانِ, they are sufficient for that person. He did not say sufficient only spiritually, generic sufficiency for your family, for your business, for your financial affairs, for your health, for your mental health. So therefore, ulama, they used to focus a lot every night before going to sleep, reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, 6 first verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, Alif Lam Mim, to Zalika al-Kitab, all the way. Basically, Ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim wa ulaika humul muflihun, 6 ayahs. Then reciting Surah Ayat al-Kursi and completing it with the last 2 or 3 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, Lillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard, till la yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha, and 4 kul. This used to be the habit of almost every righteous person of this ummah, based upon the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if somehow tonight we can make this plan that inshallah before going to bed, at least I will recite Surah Al-Fatiha, 6 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, first one, Ayat al-Kursi, and the last 2 or 3 ayat of Surah Al-Baqarah, and conclude it with 4 kul. And as the Prophet ﷺ advised Sayyidah Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, blowing it on one's hand and rubbing one's entire body with that is the best of the ruqyah. Allah will protect you the entire night from every kind of musibah other than the death. So therefore, just look at the possibilities which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens for us by means of giving us these special gifts. Just a small summary of the surah. In the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes some realities crystal clear. He categorizes human beings into 3 main factions, 3 main categories. People of Iman, believers, those who are disbelievers, Inna allazina kafaru sawa, and those who are the hypocrites, munafiqeen. Within the first 20 ayat of Surah Al-Baqarah, 6 ayat talk about the believers. What are the characteristics of the muttaqeen? 2 ayah talk about the kuffar, non-believers. And actually 14 ayah talk about the hypocrites. As if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, those who are kuffar, I have written them off. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة. Their hearts are covered, their eyes are covered, so there's no way you can give them hidayah. Believers are going to be God conscious anyway, so 6 ayat talk about their what? Upliftment. But the majority of humanity are going to be hypocrites, whose heart will say something and whose actions will reflect upon something else. Nifaq will be the biggest challenge for human beings. Nifaq, if you go to Makkah, for example, and you are traveling from Makkah to Mina or Arafat, they say nafaq such and such. The northern nafaq. What is nifaq? When you cut the mountain from outside, it's mountain. But inside, it becomes what? Hollow or shallow. So this is what is called nafaq. So nifaq is something that a person outwardly is fine, but inwardly does not show the type of spirituality, the faith, and the actions. So when iman is only by tongue, and the actions do not prove the same thing, this is the problem of nifaq. Internally something, externally something else. So this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us the biggest challenge for human beings. Islam is not a new religion. Islam is the same guidance which Allah gave to Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. The problem came that the Jews or the children of Israel, they took this religion as a token of prestige, as a token of leadership. We are chosen people. God sent us Torah. We follow the rules. We are superior. We are not equal to anybody else. We are what? The chosen people. Christians, they went also on the other extreme. Oh, Jesus died for us. Whether we do good deeds or not, we are saved. Arrogance. Spiritual arrogance, both of them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the beginning of the Quran wanted to give this warning to the Muslims. Before you open this book, remember there were people who were very religious before you, Jews and Christians. Look at what made them earn my anger or why they got misled. Because they did not want to submit themselves to Quran, to Deen, to Allah. They did not want to show humility. They used this religion as a token of prestige and became arrogant. So if you have got that attitude, don't open this Quran. This Quran will not be of any use to you. If now you learn that those attitudes are not appropriate, then read the Quran and submit yourself to the ahkam of the Quran. Don't show arrogance, show humility, and this Quran will be guidance for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to benefit from the Quran, show this sense of submission, humility, and show the sense of obedience rather than selectively applying the Quran. Whenever it suits us, we use it, and whenever it challenges us, we drop it. No, we submit ourselves to this Quran, to Allah. Sami'na wa ata'na غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. We submit to you and we obey you. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم.